Hi everybody, almost time. We start in about 3 minutes. It's gonna be a 12 p.m. bar class, 30 minutes, and it's hump day. So lots of legs, lots of booty. All right, let's see. Hi everybody. Ah, Catherine, I see you. Oh, Philip Fresh, very, very fresh, amazing workouts. Mike. Oh, I'm not looking at the camera face on, but I can see all of you. Oh, yay. Hi, everybody. Hello, Eve Zucker. Oh, everybody's saying hi. This is great. All right, 2 minutes and we get started. Again, if you are coming in just now, we get started at 12 o'clock on the dot. It's a bar for 30 minutes. As I have said, if you don't have props, you don't need them. Just your body is absolutely enough. But if you want to intensify the workout, we have things like ankle weights, which you can put on your ankles for the entire workout, and that gives you a certain level of degree of difficulty. Or you can put them in your arms. I actually, if you come to my bar classes at Chelsea Piers, I use the ankle weights or weights in the arms in the warm-up. I actually find that it helps to warm up my shoulders a lot better. The Fitball, you can either use this or a couch cushion, a sofa cushion. It's really important for me that if you have knee issues, that you never bring the legs fully closed, that there's always about 2 fist distance between the toes and the heels, and it just keeps everything aligned more neutral to the femurs. So I highly recommend using a Fitball or a sofa cushion, just something as a spacer between the thighs, or you could just keep it 2 fist distance apart, which is something that we do in bar all the time. When we come to the floor a little bit later, you're more than welcome to use one of the resistance loops if you've been taking Brooks classes, and many of the other instructors at Chelsea Piers are using Fit Loops, resistance bands, anything to give that extra level of sensitivity and awareness. For some of you, it seems like the props are there and it makes it 10 times harder. I tend to teach in my classes that the props give you more awareness, you have more feeling, more sensation, so it's easier to understand what we're looking for. All right, so let's get started. All right, so again, for those of you just joining in, this is a 30-minute bar class. We are going through a little bit more lower body focus. This afternoon, Marina will be doing Strength 3D at 6 p.m. and Jillian will be at 7, so there's a lot of upper body in your day if you'd like it. All right, so let's get this going. So bring your heels together and just start to press down through the heels, press down through the toe mounds, lift through the belly. Now, bend the knees. And then extend the legs. Push through the toe mounds and lengthen through the toes. Pull it in, so grip the toe mounds, heels, and little toe mounds, pull it in, and then extend it up. Bring your arms out into a first or a fifth if you like it up high, and then out to the side as you extend. Ready? So bend the knees, lift the heels, extend the legs, and set it back down. And then bend the knees, lift the heels, pull it all the way up, and set it down. Open up the chest, maybe open the arms to the side, and bend, lift, set it down, and plie, releve, lift it up, set it down, and then just roll through the ankles. So you start to wake up that sensitivity of the feet, right? And as you push through the feet and you roll through the ankles, add a little more lift of the pelvic floor, so you're lifting through the spine. Lift it all the way up. Take your arms up overhead, now lift the heels. Lift. Hug the belly and the ribs in, lift. Push your toe mounds down, wrap your ankles in, and just add those pulses of your calves. Keep it lifted. Lift it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Press all the way up. Bring it down. Press all the way up. Bring it down. And press all the way up. Hold, and again, just pulse. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, your arms up and squeeze your thighs. Open your chest. Start to lean back and feel that posterior chain start to wake up. Your glutes, your hamstrings, your upper back, your neck, and then roll the neck out as you set the heels down. Beautiful. Take your hand on something sturdy, right? You don't necessarily need a bar for the class today, but if you have something nearby like a chair, that's always good. I like doing without because I think sometimes it's better for center work. So take your feet out into what we might consider a second, about 2 hips distance apart, bend your knees. Sink it down, and then just roll out side to side. So as you roll out side to side, think of the entire circumference of the hip socket just warming and mobilizing. Right? We have that sense of getting stuck, especially when we sit at a desk, or we work from home, or we can't go to the gym as often as we like because we have kids or responsibilities, right? It doesn't necessarily change because something's happening in the world. Right, now add a little bit left and right. A little bit more. Move through the hips, lift from the pelvic floor, and then take your arms out. And then reach through the arms. I'll turn so you can see me a little bit better. And then we'll add a little bit of a combre in second. Ready? So right hand, reach it up, bring it back. Reach over with the left and bring it back. Bring it up, send it back. Bring it over and send it back for 4. And open it out to second. 3. And lift through the chest and the chin. 2. Lift the belly and the ribs in. 1. Bring it out. Now, press it down. Down. So in bar we use a lot of either isometric holds or little staccato pulses to keep that time under tension. Right? So reach down through the tailbone and lift through the hip crests and the collarbones. The ribs will draw in so you have a spacious side waist and the arms go out for 8, 7, 6, 5. Roll your neck out because this is just a warm-up. Nothing perfect, just feeling sensitivity. Now add a little bit of a double time to that pulse. Lengthen the tailbone down. Hold at the bottom, squeeze your glutes, press the knees back, 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 back. And you might even take the arms up in a cactus and elbows and knees mirror each other. For 8, 7, hip crest in 6, 5, tailbone down for 4, 3, 2, now hold it there, down and reach, pull it up high, down and reach, and pull to the sky. Lengthen the side waists. As your tailbone goes to the floor, lift your pelvic floor, lift and reach. Oppositional movement, right? Dynamic opposition at all times. Bring it back in, stand up, bring it together. A little bit closer on that second, I'll turn the other way so you can see. So bring it down, press and point. Bring it down, press and point. And you can open the arms and reach and circle just to warm up that shoulder girdle. Down and reach and down and reach. 4 more. For 4, open it high. And 3, tap the toe. And 2, so almost like a little bit of a tendu stretch, but just warming up less. Bring it in. Heels together. And then bring your arms bra back. We just roll the shoulders back and we find that sense of neutral, right? So send the right toes forward. Bring it back, push your heels down. Left toes forward. Bring it back. So now you have that extension through both legs. Let's bring them together. So walk your feet neutral and walk over to something of support, or you can just stay in center. Now we'll start neutral parallel. So this is where if you have a foot ball, place it between the thighs. Lift your heels up. Lengthen the tailbone forward and start to find that sense of descending down. And you lean back into what's not there. You know, like pandemic assistance or small business support. Bring it down, catch your thighs. Hug your hip crests and belly and ribs in. Open the chest, either arms forward or up overhead if you feel comfortable. Now go down an inch and up an inch. Just a little bit. Down an inch and up an inch. Start to fire up the thighs. Down an inch and up an inch. Good. Down an inch, hold. Now, we start to load the quads, so squeeze your thighs. Press the big toe mound down. Lift the heels up, press them forward, and lengthen the tailbone to the floor. Squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keep it going. Right, so we start to create that tension in the pelvic floor and the top of the thigh. Open the chest. Good. Now this is where it starts to burn, right? So, when it starts to burn, that's where you take a breath in. And then you exhale that breath and try to forget that the pain is there. Right? It's not gonna go away, but you have control over this moment. Right? So now we're gonna add a little eccentric loading on the top of the leg. Ready? Now, go down an inch, up an inch, down, down. And we'll do it again, but twice as fast. Ready? So, go down, 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 down. Lengthen the tailbone, pull your belly and ribs, open the chest, give yourself space to breathe. Down, 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 down. So we're activating the back of the thigh, but we loaded the front of the legs. And now we're making them lengthen. So we're building strength, sometimes twice as fast. Hold here, squeeze. Don't go anywhere. I mean, where are you gonna go? Like, you can't go outside. You could hide and watch Netflix. But I have a feeling you showed up today because this is what you're meant to do. Move and be healthy. Now, sink down a little bit more, squeeze the thighs. Now this is where you start to shake, right? So open up the chest. Now, press up, up, up. So now we're loading the back of the thighs and extending those muscles, lengthening them. Up, up. Maybe you get the hands in front of your heart. Up, up. And you lean back just a little bit more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2. Now hold. Bring it down. Stand up. And then bring your heels together. If you have that football or the sofa cushion, set it to the side. Shake out your legs. Open up the chest. Let your heels walk out. And then we'll move the plie in turnout. Heels together, toes apart. So as you find this sense of turnout, it's not a proper ballet turnout, right? It's fitness bar. So 1 to 2 fist distance, lift the heels, wrap the heels together. Open the chest. Roll out your neck. Sink down. Lift the hip crests. Pull the belly and the ribs in. Now open up your arms if you can. Try to balance. Good. Go down, 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 down. Just start to wake up the same action that we did in parallel, in closed. Go down, 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 down. Open chest, roll the neck out. Beautiful job. Now, right hip lifts. Release, lift, release, lift, release, lift, release. Now, up, up, up. So it's a little bit of an oblique crunch, but coming from the bottom up. Keep your chest open, lift, 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 lift. Keep it going for 4, 3, 2, hold. Go right and left, just side to side. Warm up the whole pelvis. And then we move to the other side, left side. Lift the hip, release. Lift the hip, release. Lift it up, release. And now we double time. Go up, up. Now you might squeeze that same side glute. Give yourself a little bit more crunch without collapsing to the side. For 4, 3, 2, back to center. Now go down until you catch your thighs. Go down a little bit more until your glutes go, hey, lift your belly, open chest. Now you add a little tuck, 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 tuck. Now, here's where you tend to start rocking back into those pinky toes. So roll forward to the big toe mount, pull and tuck. So tuck it in, lift it up, tuck it in, and lift it up. Now maybe those arms start to come up overhead, look up. Tuck for 8, 7, 6, 5. In 4 counts, you freeze and squeeze. Good, squeeze, don't move. Roll the shoulders back. Lift it up and set it down. Beautiful work. All right, so now we'll move into single leg. Single leg is gonna be almost an isometric hold on one leg lunge, while the other leg does other things, right? So one hand on support structure or just hands on hips. You can do either one. But start to step forward with your left leg. Right, so we'll start on left leg for today. And then bring it forward until you have that weight. Now, send the leg back. And then find that sense of bringing the knee over the ankle. So a little bit more, pull the belly in, lean slightly forward. It's a half fold over, pull the belly and the ribs in. If you have your hands on your hips, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the elbows, squeeze the ribs. Now back and in, back and in. So you're just stepping back and trying to rock the weight in the front foot. Back, in, back, in. Keep it going. Each time, you almost tilt the pelvis slightly forward And when you come up, you drive the bottom heel down and pull your pelvic floor really high. Go back, in, back, in. Right, so really, really small movement, right? Very, very small. 8, 7, 6, 5. In 4, 3, 2. Now send it back, lift it up, and hold. So when you're holding, there's a tendency to just jump into your lower back. So as you lean forward, pull the hip crest in, send it back a little bit more, pull your ribs in, and keep that leaning forward, right? Now, lean forward a little bit more. Rock back to the hip, and then down and up. Bigger movement. Hand on hip might help you roll that hip forward. And you can use your thumb in the top of the glute to activate a little bit more. Hold at the top, pulse, pulse, pulse. If you feel comfortable with the idea, then maybe that left hand is on the hip, right hand forward. Up, 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 up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up. And just gently bend the leg. Open it to the side. So we have a little more external rotation. Straighten the bottom leg and hug that hip crest in. Lift the chest and chin. Now send it back without opening the hip. There's a moment where if you keep pulling up through the pelvic floor, it's going to stop you from moving that leg back. So flex the foot. Press back. Press back. Press back. If you feel comfortable, thumb to the bottom leg. Back. And back. And back. And back. Now see if you can bend all the way. Back. Back. And maybe double time that back leg. It's your choice as to how deep you go. Right? Faster isn't necessarily better. That slow and controlled movement is what we're looking for. Hold. In 4 counts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it there. Lift it up. Set the foot by the other. And then cross your first leg, your standing leg, on top. Gently sink down. You might even take that hand on the hip crease and traction out the hip socket. Bring it back. Send your butt back, start to gently stretch out the outside of that glute. Bring it up, set it down, other side. So you can either turn to another support, I'll just stay here. Right? So bend the bottom leg. So now we're on the right side. Send your left leg back, point the toes, and try to rock the weight back. So as you bend, that shin is almost parallel to the floor, or perpendicular to the floor. Pull the hip back, other hip crest in. Now, back an inch, forward an inch. Right, so just find that sense of sending the sitting bones back and hugging the pelvic floor in. Back, up, back, up. Now you can have your hands on support or your hands on your hips. If you have your hands on your hips, just like the first side, you can use that to roll that left hip forward. And also use your thumb in the top of the glute so you can feel whether or not you're activating. Right? Now maybe double time. Back, 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 back. So each time, you're thinking of sending your glutes back in space. Right? So it's not as much about lifting up as it is about reaching back. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now lift it up for a second, send it right back. And then lift it up, set it down. Lift it up, set it down. Again, you have the option, now that we're finding that rear almost arabesque, you can take that same side forward and reach in opposition. For 8, 7, belly and ribs in. If you want, you can again, just like the first time, you can keep it a little bit more lengthened, or you can sink down. It's always your option. Good, hold at the top. Now go up, 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 up. Sink back a little bit more. Find that sense of your pelvic floor. Pull the ribs in. Open the chest. Open heart. And fire up that back glute. For 4, 3, 2, and stand. Turn the knee out. Straighten the standing leg. And then we start to roll the knee open by squeezing the glute. Your hips stay neutral to the front as you pull your tailbone in and up. Send the leg back. And again, there's that little fight between pushing the foot back and lifting the hip crest up. Flex the back foot, and send it back. Back, very slow. Back. So find that tension and sit inside it, right? It's easy to get overwhelmed with emotions. Maybe you sink down, you add a little more tension to it. Keep it going. Open the chest and the chin. And again, maybe you have your arms forward for support or on some system. Keep it up. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up. Cross your other leg. And sit back. Bend your knees. Send the sitting bones back and rock the hips side to side. Bring it back and down. Maybe even open up the chest forward. Lift the heart. Sit back. Stand up, walk the feet out. Beautiful work. Now come to sit down. So add a little bit of floor bar. As you come to sit down, point your toes, and then roll your heels together. So flex the feet, and then turn out from the thighs. Point the toes, and then neutralize the legs. Flex the feet, turn out, point, and neutral. Press your sitting bones down, lift your pelvic floor up, open chest. And you're just letting the ankles and the hips roll through a gentle mobilization. Flex, turn out, point, and neutral. Now hold it here, lean back slightly. Arms up, left leg lifts. 2, 3, 4, and little tiny pulses. Fire up this leg. So reaching the hands up gives you the ability to pull back. Take it out of the hip flexors and into the pelvic floor. Now, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, set it down. Now right leg lifts and set it down. Lift it up, reach it to the floor. Lift it one more time, press in opposition down into the ground, and then lift it up and hold. Now pulse this leg. Up, 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 up. Press into the bottom foot so you have an oppositional movement. Lift your pelvis, lift your pelvic floor, lift your chest. Up, up, now hold. Flex the foot, point the toes. Flex the foot, point the toes. Lift through the belly. Open the chest and the chin. Flex, point, flex, set it down. Now flex, turn out, point, bring it back to neutral. Flex, turn out, point, and back to neutral. Now hold here, just bend the knees, and walk your feet in, fingertips on the ground. Now, lean slightly forward and add that scoop, that little C curve to the lower back. Lift your pelvic floor, pull your ribs in, and press into the ground. Now lift a leg, set it down. Lift a leg, set it down. Now, lift, 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 lift. Now this is gonna be super easy to just let the legs do the work. But lean forward and press into the ground. The more you press, the harder it is. Now, maybe, if you're a beginner, that stays right there. Intermediate, take the legs and lift and cross. Lift, cross. Lift, cross. Keep it going. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and set the feet down. Now start to roll down. And you start to roll down to the floor. I personally use a pillow under my neck just to make sure that my neck is staying a little bit easier. Now we're not coming all the way up into a bridge, so walk your feet in, place your elbows down, and then lengthen your tailbone and lift it slightly. Now if we were going into full expression, you'd be really, really high, but we don't want that. Keep it low, scoop your pelvis in. Now, walk your feet together and start to find a little press of the glutes. So press the heels down, keep the knees together. Open the chest and let the belly do the work. Up, up. If you feel comfortable, then you do what I do. You start to add a little bit more tempo. Press 8, 7, 6. Keep everything in the front body super hugged in. Now if you have that pillow under your neck, you can keep it there and stay with this pulse. Otherwise, you allow yourself to lift up and squeeze the belly, the elbows and the glutes at the same time. 8, 7, 6, 5. In 4 counts, that head comes down. Good. Now slowly extend the right leg and drive the left foot down. Find that right glute. Pulse 8, 7. Maybe you use the elbows to activate a little more strength that maybe the glute doesn't have yet. 8, 7, 6, keep it going. Belly in for 4. Drive that right foot down. Now take the left leg up, flex the foot, keep going. Just push through both heels. Squeeze the belly and the ribs deeper into the spine each time. For 4, 3, 2, set that foot down. Now the right leg lifts, extends knee to knee, point to toes, and just drive the left foot deeper into the floor. Squeeze that right glute, lift the leg, but keep the belly scooping so you keep that C curve the whole time. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, now hold it there. Take the right leg all the way up and flex that foot, dorsiflex the foot. Drive the heels into the ceiling and the floor. Keep it going. Drive the bottom foot down. For 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that hips lifted the whole time. Neutral pelvis, neither tilting one side or the other. 4, 3, 2. Now set that foot down. Lift your heels by walking your toes in. Lift it up. Pull your pelvis in. Now lift, 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 lift. Keep that going. So drive your big toe mound down and use that to wrap the inner thighs towards the floor. Then lengthen the tailbone by pulling the pelvic floor in and lift, lift. Just 8 counts more. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5. In 4, you set it down. Now slowly draw the left knee into the chest. And then the right knee into the chest. Now slowly, as you start to find your sense of hugging yourself tight into a little ball, rock side to side. Make sure there's no tension in that lower back. As you do that, maybe you're rolling your neck out side to side, or you're finding just a sense of loosening up before we dive deeper into the core. So from here, you keep lying down, draw your knees in. Lift your knees up, just like a table. If you find that doing this gives you lower back tension, take that sofa cushion and place it under your shoulders. Because we can keep that curve supported. And you'll even notice that that little lift helps you direct the energy into the front of the belly instead of cringing in the lower back. Lift your shins. Beginners, roll your inner thighs forward, lift your elbows. Squeeze the belly. Navel to spine, hip crest, draw in and out, and then check your neck. Your neck is not holding you, your belly is. Now hold here. Squeeze the inner thighs. Reach your arms forward. Open the elbows just slightly. Roll your shoulders forward. And just start to squeeze. Squeeze the palms towards the ground. Squeeze the knees together. Squeeze the belly and the hip crests in. Squeeze the ribs in. 4, 3. Beginners, you would stay here. Keep this tempo. Down, down. Intermediate. Lift those legs up. And for today, flex the feet. Double time. Push. 2, 3, 4. Push your heels to the ceiling by drawing your hip crests in. Draw your ribs to the spine. Lift the chest, lift the chin. Keep it going. Pump the pump. Pump the palms so that you get a little more blood flow. Keep it going. Belly and ribs, keep hugging the spine. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw the knees into the chest. Right leg in, left leg extends. Now, take that right hand to the outer ankle, left hand to the knee. Squeeze that leg into your belly, lift the chest. Lift the hands and switch. Left hand, right knee, left hand, left ankle. Squeeze it. Squeeze. Lift and switch. Squeeze. Lift and switch. Squeeze. Switch. 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 Keep it going. Empty. 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 Each time you pull the leg in, try to reach the toes away from you, away from your chest and chin. For 8, 7, 6, keep it going. I know you can keep this. We only have a couple more moments. Now hold the knees to the chest. Lift the legs up. Squeeze the belly. Lift your elbows. Now pull the belly in. Reach the hands forward. And just try to push your heels up to the ceiling. Press. press. So as you push your heels up, the heel is pushing up so that the belly and the ribs and the quads can activate more. Push up, 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 up. In 4 counts, you turn the legs out. So you keep the flexion of the feet, but you turn the toes out. Now, press up, 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 up. Keep it going. Hug the belly and the ribs deeper in for 8, 7. Push the heels to the sky. 4, 3, 2, and bring the knees in. Set them down. Bring it to the floor. If you have the pillow underneath you, remove it to the side. Squeeze the belly. Open the chest. And then gently draw your knees in and rock up to sit. Open the heart. Lift the chest up. Pull the belly in around the spine. Drop the neck and chin. Lift it up. Open up the chest. Round it forward. Squeeze the belly down. Lift it up one more time. Open up the chest. Spread across the collarbones. Lift the belly. Roll the neck out. And then slowly extend one leg out, other leg in. Lift the chest up. Same side arm inside the leg or outside. It's your choice. I personally grab inside, elbow inside the knee. Lift it up, take a big breath in. And then gently side bend. Maybe you can grab the foot, maybe you can't, it doesn't matter. You're just lifting up. It's almost better to take the arm way back and open up the side waist and that lower QL. Slowly lift up, switch sides. So again, hand, shin, ankle, outside, inside, doesn't matter. I like inside the leg. Lift it up, take a big breath in. Open up the chest. Maybe even take that arm way back. And then bring it forward. Okay, so that was 30 minutes of bar, a little bit more focused on the lower body and the glutes today. So we're so excited. If you are wondering what to do every single day as you sit at home, we have something every single day, many times, twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. Today, at 6 p.m., if you want a little bit more upper body, Marino is doing the Strength 3D, which is a total body strength cardio. It's an amazing class. You have to check it out. And at 7, Jillian is doing sunset meditation and stretch. You can't miss that. It's such a beautiful experience. But we're here for you every day. So let us know in the comments what you like, what you'd love to see more of. Any instructors you are just dying to see, you gotta let us know so that we can offer that to you. We are a community, we do this together. We play with purpose because we play as a family. So keep it up. I know you're doing really well. We see the attendance every single day. So keep that going, keep that strong. If you are liking the content, a lot of the instructors are putting up PayPal and Venmo, so show your appreciation and have a beautiful rest of your day.